Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to my life on paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. Also, welcome to Creating with Sketches, a scrapbook process collaboration with sketches from Allison Davis. We are using the two-page sketch number 4. I am using option 16. I'm sorry, but I cannot show um, the sketch because it is paid content. I have had a light or two go out in my scrapbook room, which I totally did not even realize I have my lights over my table. But because of that, you can see the shadows, and I apologize for that. So I'm using, this is Paper Studio paper, which is a little odd, and this isn't something I would normally gravitate to, but oh my gosh, this works perfectly with these pictures and the colors. I am just so excited. So I am using, I'm going to be using three 4x6 photos, and I'm going to trim this one down to 5x3, which is not something I would ever think of doing. But this one picture has enough where I can trim off. You don't lose any of the important part of the picture, and it really draws your attention to it. So it's fun. Um, it's not just the four by sixes across, which is normally what I would do. So I really like this. I will Next, I'm going to be working on strips, and because I have this busy paper, I am going to pull out just solids. So I have some blue, some green, I'll pull out some yellow. I'm making sure that I have enough, and these are all for my scraps. I'm just making sure I have enough to make several, I think it's 1 inch strips that I make, so I think I need 3 of each one. So I'll trim those down first. You can see I've got the kind of orangey yellowy color and then the yellow. Um, I end up deciding I need one more, so I will pull a different shade of blue. In the papers, it almost looks purpley, but I went with the darker shade of blue instead. I'll get these lined up first. I believe in the sketch, she probably stuck with 3 colors, and it's black and white, so you can't tell for sure. And then I think she had 6 strips going down, where I'll only have 5. But I think what she did is took like 2 of each, if that makes sense. So like we got the 3 on the left-hand side, and she just doubled them up for the up and down. And I have the extra yellow in there, and then I'll have the dark blue eventually once I figure this out. Um, and I did 1 strip less actually than what she did once I got them all lined up and figured out. So what I'm going to do is start on the right hand side and just eyeball them. At first I stick them pretty close together, but because I want the strips to kind of frame the photos, and I'll need to have them spread further apart, right? See, if you saw, like, they're not the whole width of the photo. And by putting that 6th strip in there, it would have, you could put them closer together and they would frame the photo. I just didn't want to pull another color. And here you can think, I'm thinking that's what that jumping photo is me just tapping it, thinking, what the heck am I going to do? Well, let's try them a little bit further out and see how that looks. And I'll keep fanning them out further until I get the look that I want, and then I'll go ahead and glue them all down. And I'm using the grid behind. It's a Fisker's mat, and I will use that to hopefully keep them as straight as possible. And then you can see I glue down one side first and then the other, just to keep them in place and kind of not start all over again. Make sure you check below, see everybody that is playing along with the series. We only have 1 more month left of this series. I'm really super enjoying, I've always enjoyed Scrapbook Generation sketches, Allison Davis's sketches, but this group of sketches, I mean, obviously if I'm on option 16, there's a whole mess of them that you can adapt. She shows you how to make changes based on the photos that you have. So which helps in any other sketch that you might use. So I encourage you to check out everybody else playing along. It's kind of funny because I've kind of noticed that everyone gravitates maybe towards the same option, or a similar option anyway. We'll have to see how close people are this time too. I did like the fact that there were those 4 big photos, and so I think that might be something other people gravitate towards as well. So now that I have the right hand side done, I'm going to get the vertical pieces laid down, and then from there, I will go and get the left side horizontal pieces laid down. The pictures that you'll see come back in a moment are of a trip my husband and I took in March of this year. It was to Anaheim, California. He's works in food science, and he had a food show to go there. So while he was hanging out at the food show, I got to lounge by the pool, and it was such, I don't know, such what I needed at the time. It was a perfect getaway. I didn't have to focus on anything or worry about anything. So you can see the one photo says editing videos, just what this nurse slash YouTuber needs, and all is right again. It wasn't super warm. You can see one picture says 63 degrees. That got cut off a little bit, so I do cover that up. And then the other one is 66 degrees. But man, I was out there in my shorts and grabbing any sun I could. So I went through all of I just have a whole bunch of stash of like summer warm weather stuff. A lot of this stuff says beach. Actually, my title is Life's a Beach. I was at the pool. I was not at a beach. There was no sand, but I'm okay with that. And these colors, man, these colors just went so good with this. I do end up with a little bit of pink that is not in the paper, and I am totally good with that. But right now you will see me just going through everything, and then basically I back off and pick out kind of my favorites and what's going with the colors, and then go from there. There are a couple of things that are kind of wacky and not necessarily, again, it's the pool. There is a water gun. There was no water guns by the pool, but the color is perfect, and there's water. So there is also going to be a fish that makes it too. It's a bright green fish. The color doesn't even, well, it matches the other embellishments. I don't necessarily have any bright green on this layout, but it's a fish that's been hanging out in my stash for a while, and I just felt like it matched perfectly with all these things, and, fish, water, all that kind of thing. So there is my 3x5 photo, and then I will just start kind of layering things in. Again, mostly based on color. There's a soda bottle there. There is no soda that I was drinking either. I have my coffee in one photo, and a beer in one or two of the other photos. There is this fun picture of the, is it a toucan? Um, but I just like the colors of that, so that's making it in there. There's a couple sand pails. Definitely no sand pails in the picture, but those are both making it on. And those are just things that make me happy, because they've just been sitting in my stash waiting for the perfect layout, and this is it. So I'll take my ATG adhesive and get those glued down. Be watching for two other videos from me today. Because today is Sunday, we will do Sketch Sunday, where we have an exclusive sketch made by someone in our group, and we all do a different take on it. And then the other one is my Stick It Down design team layout. It is always a double page from a double page sketch. In the month of September, I will be playing along with Scraptember, where there's a different prompt from the Scrappy Sisters every day, and that just makes my heart happy because I can grab a sketch and then kind of, I call it, getting out of my box and doing something different. So it could be something as far as a shape to use, or it might be an embellishment of some sort, stickers, twine, eyelets, who knows what. So be watching for that too. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm continuing to get down these stickers. I have goggles, and I've got a couple of stickers that have words on them, and I'm trying to figure out how to use those. I am going to place the title in about the same place that Allison has it on her layout. And just to warn you, my battery dies and I lose just a little bit right at the end. However, it's just placing an extra embellishment cluster. It's going to be over where that 63 degrees is. I end up covering that completely. So be watching for that in the final pictures. But I do end up deciding I've got a yellow sticker, sun, and I put that on the yellow strip. I have an orange sticker, swim. I put that on the orange strip. The green sticker says flip-flops and sunglasses, and the blue one says make a splash. I'm going to put relax right over my water gun there. And then I will take this dark green color to make a journaling spot. I'll get that down and I put some white paper in the middle of it. That gives me plenty of place for some journaling. Allison has some embellishments on her journaling block, so I'm going to get that in there. Um, the one thing I did do differently, my strips are all the way to the right hand side of the page where she put some embellishments, and then um, her strips ended with the embellishments. Just a little bit different that I did to her sketch. Um, that is a Creative Memories tab. I will also get out my LA Studio puffy stickers. Um, and there are going to be some hearts as well as some dots. That was a sticker. That fun was a sticker for my stash. Here's the LA Studios stickers, so I'm going to get that into a couple of clusters there. Um, and that's really about it for me. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.